Hi everyone. In the previous video we saw how to download and install the program and how to move into the user interface and the first basic things. In this video we are going to see how you can record with Audacity with your microphone and how to enhance the quality of your recording a little bit with some tips and tricks. First thing first, we need to check if the record button works correctly. So I'm now going to do a test recording just to be sure. Test 1, 2, 3. Let's hear. Test 1, 2, 3. Okay. So as I said in the previous video, in this drop-down menu you'll find the whole list of microphones. The Microsoft Sound Mapper is basically whatever microphone you have put into your Windows settings, and basically Audacity will take that as input. Same thing applies with the output device, so the Microsoft Sound Mapper output does the same thing. In Audacity you have the option to record either in mono or stereo, but that works only if your microphone is capable of doing that, because most of the microphones are mono. Mine is stereo. My Tascam DR05 is capable of recording in stereo. And before recording, you need to click here to start monitoring. You can also do that to check if you're recording in mono or stereo. As you can see now, the two channels are both active. So to see the difference, that's mono and that's stereo, two channels. So let's take a record test in stereo. 3, 2, 1 stereo. 3, 2, 1 stereo. So as you can see, Audacity just recorded in two channels. This is the left channel and this is the right one. And depending on where I positioned my voice, because again, the Tascam has two microphones, one for the left and one for the right channel, the voice gets louder or softer. So let's hear it. 3, 2, 1 stereo. 3, 2, 1 stereo. So let's say, for example, that you're composing a track and you are in the mixdown process, or you want just to place an instrument in the stereo field, so a little more on the right or on the left. Don't record in stereo, but place them in the stereo field with the pan. We have here the pan slider. This will allow you to place your audio track either on right or left. So let's hear it all the way on the right. Test 1, 2, 3. Now on the left. Test 1, 2, 3. Now at the center. Test 1, 2, 3. Okay, so that's the pan basically. Okay, so now let me just delete this track because we don't need that anymore. So before we dig into the a little bit of post-production on the voice, let me just adjust the length of our audio track because we don't want the silence part in our track. So let's bring it to the start. Let's cut off the end, and okay. So the first thing I'm going to do is a little bit of equalization. So let's go to Effect and then open a graphic EQ. And we have two kinds of EQ in Audacity. So that's the first one. And the second one is the filter curve EQ. And that's a little bit more in depth and detailed, if you will. So if you want to make some improvements to your voice, I would recommend to starting by enhancing the basses. You can do that by enhancing the range of hertz that goes from 20 to 100 or 140. So let's click with the left button, sorry, here. And as you can see, as I drag everything up, the whole spectrum goes up by a dot of decibel. So we bring that down to 0 decibel, and we click another time here. So whenever we want to boost the audio track. So I've now enhanced the audio track by 12 dBs, only on the range of 20 to 140. But let's make it a little bit more steep here. Okay, so let's press OK, and now it should have added some basses. Test 1, 2, 3. It's very subtle, but you can hear it. So let's get back here, and we can definitely be more generous. So let's do 15. Click OK. Yeah, that's too much. So let's get back to 12. So let's drag this down to 12. We can also do a high boost. So take a point here around 3000 and another one around here, but let's not make it too loud. So around 6 decibels or less, that should be good. Also let's drag this down a little bit to 9. Okay, so let's hear the preview first. Test 1, 2, 3. Yeah, that's maybe too much, so even for the basses. So let's test 1, 2, 3. Okay, so let's click OK. And as you can see, here we have, so let's hear it. Test 1, 2. And as you can hear, we have boosted the low and the high frequencies a bit. Test 1, 2, 3. So if you want to make this a little more louder, you can go to Effect, then Amplify. And how does it work? So here we have the amplification in dBs. So that's the amount of decibel that the audio track gains. And the new peak amplitude is the new peak of your audio track. So at 0 dBs, it will gain 1.083 decibels. So with the slider, you can also modify the amount of decibels. You can make it more quieter or louder. So let's bring it back to 0 and let's hear it. Test 1, 2, 3. But as you can hear, there's something off with the recording. So there's this noise. 3, 3, 3. You can hear the noise in the background, and it's pretty annoying. So a thing you can do is select an audio part in which there's only the background noise. Go to Effect, then go to Noise Reduction and click on Get Noise Profile. This will, as you can read here, select a few seconds of just noise so Audacity knows what to filter out. So click on this and then click on the whole audio. And then if you go back to Noise Reduction and click OK, this will remove that silence, that background noise from the whole audio. So let's hear it. Test 1, 2, 3. So we can still do some improvements, of course, but I think that's okay. So that's it for this video. I hope it was helpful in some way, and see you in the next one.